The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 11 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, offering Buick GMC, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, and the resale division, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Penfield, Fairport, Canandaigua, Ontario, and Palmyra, and online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for watching the Vision Automotive Group High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. This week we're on location at Vision Nissan in Webster, where the Heisman Trophy has been on display. Hopefully you made it here in time to see it in person, so to speak. Each week at this time we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County, beginning with our weekly Honor Roll of high school teams, which is brought to you by Celino and Barnes. The Honor Roll of high school teams is brought to you by Celino and Barnes.
Celino and Barnes, injury attorneys, call 888-8888.
Don't wait, call or text 8.
Here's our high school honor roll of teams. At number 3, we have the Wheatland Shylight girls soccer team, which wound up in the state championship game in Class D, losing to Copenhagen in the final 3-1. The Wildcats playing out of the Genesee region with 16-7-1, won sectionals as an 8th seed and shut out 6 straight opponents, leading to states. At number 2, Brockport football. The Blue Devils' best season ever ended in a regional playoff loss to Buffalo South Park. Corey Gross ran 15 times for 91 yards and a touchdown. Brockport wound up 7-2. And at number 1, Pittsburgh boys cross country won states as a team for the 3rd straight year. Nathan Lawler, just a sophomore, finished 2nd in the Class B race with the fastest time of all Section 5 representatives. Which brings us to our Bill Gray's Team of the Week. The Bill Gray's Team of the Week is brought to you by our friends at Bill Gray's Restaurant, a proud supporter of high school athletics. We go to Hilton, where the boys' soccer team advanced to states for the first time in 28 years. Trappings of success. Cheers prompted by a live television appearance for Hilton athletes last week, much of it directed toward the boys' soccer team as it prepared to depart for the state championships.
You know, you don't get here every day. Our last state championship was '87. The last time we had a team go to the state semis was 8 years ago, and that was our varsity baseball team. So it's an outstanding time in our soccer program.
This wasn't supposed to be. The Cadets wound up the regular season with an 8-9-1 record. They were seeded 8th in sectionals, but despite losing 4 of their last 5, Hilton rattled off 4 tournament wins without surrendering a goal.
I mean, it was tough. We were, at one point, I think our longest losing streak was a 3-game losing streak, and no one really put their heads down and just held it down. We just had to rebound really quickly, and everyone just sprung up, and when sectionals came, everything just clicked. Our defense shut every team down. We didn't get scored on once in sectionals, and we just did what needed to get done.
When you got rolling, what was the playoff experience like?
We were just so confident going in, and after we scored that first goal and beat Webster, we just knew we were going to win it.
What do you think made a difference? Why were we able to flip that around?
I want to say team chemistry. Last game of the season, and we just knew it was a do or die situation. Coach kept saying that after every single game, and especially underclassmen, they knew they didn't want the season to end. They just love our seniors and stuff. They just keep on telling us all the time that we're the best, and they just love it and don't want us to leave.
For first-year varsity coach Mike Ellicott, the seeds of success were planted in defeat. Does it make it sweeter, and the fact that you suffered a little bit during the regular season to get here?
I think we don't get here if we didn't suffer. I think that's, we took the lumps and the bruises and the beatings, and we just realized that this is going to work. It's going to work at some point. I think the knockbacks really kind of made us resilient and taught us a few good lessons as we went through the season that, you might feel like you're down at some points in games, but you're really not.
Hilton lost in the state semifinals to Walt Whitman. Kim Burnson has our Wegmans Making the Grade nominee. Next, Aquinas isn't the only parochial school football power annoying the public school superintendents. The Kings are still standing too when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back, everyone. This is the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. We're on location at Vision Nissan in Webster, where for the past several days the Heisman Trophy has been on display. We hope you had a chance to come down and see it. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes, which is brought to you by Injury Free Coalition for Kids. Driving's a lot like the game of baseball. It's the one who gets home safely that counts. Please remember to always wear your seatbelt and to focus only on driving when behind the wheel of a car. This message courtesy of the Allstate Foundation and Injury Free Coalition for Kids Smart Teen Driving Program. Here's our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, Dominic Mogenero, the Batavia football team. Dominic ran for 215 yards and scored 3 touchdowns against Cheektowaga in the regionals and may have prevented the Blue Devils from losing late had he not injured his arm. Batavia finished 10-1. At number 2, Dawson Bathgate of East Rochester Cross Country, profiled here not long ago. Dawson won the Class D state race in Woodbury. And at number 1, Aaliyah Bolin, Pittsford Sutherland girls volleyball. Aaliyah earned All-American status with the Knights, the 3rd Sutherlander in 3 years to accomplish that feat. Bolin had 64 digs in a 5-set regional loss to Williamsville East. Sutherland finished at 19-2. And now the Parisi Speed School presents our Athlete of the Week. Parisi Speed School has open enrollment year-round. Visit ParisiRochester.com or call 585-381-3278 for more details. Parisi Rochester, trained to win. Bishop Kearney waited almost 20 years for a sectional football championship. Now the Kings are among the last teams standing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Last men standing. As Thanksgiving approaches, the Bishop Kearney Kings are one of just 3 Section 5 football teams left on the field. It's good to be a King. What's the best part about still being out here playing?
The cold weather. It's an honor to be out in the cold weather still playing with my boys. Something I haven't did since Pop Warner, honestly. So it reminds me of my younger days.
The last 3 years have seen steady growth in the football program here. From a 2-6 season in 2012, the Kings went 6-2 the next year, losing in the sectional semifinals. Last year's 7-2 team went to the sectional finals. This year, Kearney claimed its first Section 5 crown since 1984, 31 years ago.
Before, we would be like selfish, but now as we grow, like as the program grew, we'll come more as a family, and it pays success to us playing.
What's the difference between this year and last year? I mean, it was sectional, a real good team last year, sectional finalist, and this year, you cleared that hurdle and you're still out here.
The memory of last year, honestly. Nobody wanted to lose, and especially with having a lot of seniors on the team, nobody wants to lose in their senior year as a loser. So we're going to work hard and pray to God to get to end the season with a win.
Backup at Rush Henrietta, quarterback Todd LaRocca's made a name for himself since transferring to Kearney, and he's going out on top.
We still are having fun during practice and having fun during games, and we're still enthusiastic about everything, so nothing's really changed since the beginning of the year. We're just still really excited to be playing. I think Bishop Kearney has just been amazing to me. I mean, I love the coaching staff to death, and I love all the players. I've gotten so close with them, and I'm so grateful to be on the team, and the players make me look good because they're just so great.
Kim has our Wegmans Making the Grade honoree next. Later, the Jake Zembak era ends locally, but the Irish play on. Aquinas football against Orchard Park. It's our Dunkin' Donuts All Sports High School Game of the Week when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat from Vision Nissan in Webster, here with the Heisman Trophy. It's time now for Making the Grade, brought to you by Wegmans. Wegmans is a proud supporter of Making the Grade, which highlights the accomplishments of Section 5 student athletes both on and off the playing field.
This week, Making the Grade takes us to Greece, Athena, where Sarah Ciotti leads the Trojans both on and off the court. Sarah is a senior who stays busy with athletics all year round. She's a three-sport athlete and has captained both her varsity volleyball and basketball teams so far this year. In the spring season, Sarah also plays softball for the Trojans. Among her athletic accomplishments, she's been named first team All-County in volleyball and Defensive Player of the Year for Section 5. Last year as a junior, she received second team All-County for basketball as well as All-Tournament team. Sarah runs and helps organize a basketball station for the American Heart Foundation fundraiser and volunteers with an AAU team running camps. Along with other student leaders selected for Athena's varsity club, she helps manage community service projects and other student-run organizations. Described by her basketball coach as hardworking, honest, and someone who puts others before herself, this week, Greece Athena's Sarah Ciotti is making the grade.
If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want your nominations. Send them in to info@classywolf.com. Now here's Bill with the Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar.
Our Section 5 calendar is brought to you by Sylvan Learning, delivering results in reading, math, writing, study skills, SAT and ACT prep, and more. 4 area locations. Call 385-9480. Here's what's happening this week on our Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar. There's just one event left on the fall sports calendar, and that's the crowning of the state football champions. The Carrier Dome in Syracuse hosts Aquinas, Bath, and Bishop Kearney represented Section 5 into the Final Four. Practice for the winter sports team began 2 weeks ago. The high school hockey season kicks off with 4 games on Tuesday, including an Aquinas at Greece Thunder matchup at Lakeshore Rinks. A week from that weekend, the Matthew Marino Wrestling Invitational ushers in the new season at Webster Schrader, Friday and Saturday, December the 4th and 5th. That's our Sylvan Learning Section 5 calendar for the week ahead. As we mentioned, we are on location at Vision Nissan in Webster, where the Heisman Trophy has been on display. The Heisman Trophy has been awarded to the top college football player in the country since 1935. The trophy itself weighs 51 pounds. 3 are presented annually, with 1 going to the player, 1 to his coach, and another to the school. Nissan sponsors the presentation. Vision Nissan of Webster is the #1 selling Nissan dealer in Western New York. The Irish play on. The regional football round features Aquinas and Orchard Park. It is our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week, when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues. Sign Impressions is more than just signs. It's a total graphics company. Embroidery, screen printing, team apparel, t-shirts, jackets, hats, and of course banners and signs. Visit signimpressions.com. Call us at 723-0420 to order your team or corporate apparel. Welcome back to the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. We are on location at Vision Nissan in Webster, which has been home to the Heisman Trophy. It's time now for our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week. Introducing Dunkin's new sweet black pepper bacon sandwich with double the slices of caramelized crispy pepper bacon. It is the bacon experience you've been waiting for. Bacon up! America runs on Dunkin'. This year's march to the Section 5 football championship was anything but easy for Aquinas, but the Irish reached the regional round of states undefeated still. Could Orchard Park stop them? The answer in our Dunkin' Donuts All-Sport High School Game of the Week. Without an eligibility violation to cramp its style, Aquinas was back on top of the Section 5 football world with its 9th title in 10 years. But as the unbeaten Lil Irish prepared to play Orchard Park in the Western Regionals, there was cause for concern. Aquinas beat Hilton and Rush Henrietta by a mere 3 points each to get here. They looked ripe for the taking.
We knew all year long that the Section 5 Monroe County teams were really good, and I've been saying all year Hilton's is one of the best, and they were great, and Rush was great, and I think we had 2 other Pittsford and Victor were good, so it was a real tough tournament to get out of.
Aquinas came out and dictated play, stopping Orchard Park 3 and out. Ernest Edwards, back after a 2-week injury absence, promptly returned a punt 33 yards down to the Quaker 25. The 3-play drive began with a 19-yard pass play, Jake Zembeck to his 6'4" playmate, Jameer Jones. It ended on a touchdown run of 6 yards by Tyler Olbrich for the game's first points.
It's huge, especially in a game against a great team like Orchard Park. You have to get those points first. You gotta get it rolling, and it's really big.
Orchard Park went to work on the ground. Junior Josh Dahl ran the ball 7 times for 68 yards in that drive alone, getting 29 on a run deep into Aquinas territory. One big defensive play helped stall that drive, with Edwards stopping quarterback Dylan Janka for a 3-yard loss.
I mean, they could just throw the ball to the flats all game, but once they get down to the 10-yard line, I know it's going to be tougher because our defense is that good.
OP settled for a field goal attempt and missed it. Nevertheless, the next time the Quakers got the ball, helped by a 39-yard punt return by Joe Lasardo, that produced a drive start at the Aquinas 36, they scored. Dahl did the honors with a nifty reverse of field for the 4-yard run to the end zone and the game-tying points. It wasn't tied for long, though. Quick striking once more, Zembeck found Edwards in stride down the near side for 52 yards and a touchdown. A 2-play drive, a 14-7 lead.
It was just a great pass by Jake. I mean, it couldn't be no better ball than that.
Is it cool to be a wideout on a team that's got a quarterback that can get you the ball on the deep route?
Yeah, I mean, because I know he can make any type of passes, so I just trust my quarterback.
That pass, the 52-yarder, you can hardly throw a better ball there, can you?
Yeah, no, it was great to have Ernest back, and I left him hanging a little bit, but if I can help him not break his stride, then it'll be a perfect pass.
Orchard Park continued to move the ball on the Irish defense. But Aquinas made 2 big 4th down stops. Dahl was stripped of the ball on a great play by senior Sam Yotis at the Aquinas 7 on a 4th and half. It was a half of missed opportunities for Orchard Park. Not so Aquinas, which managed to produce a near-perfect 79-yard scoring drive that ended with a mere 27 seconds left on the clock. And Jones in the end zone again. A mere 6 yards of offense separated the two teams statistically, but Aquinas had a 21-7 halftime lead. Aquinas got the ball first in the second half. Zembeck rolling out threw his 3rd touchdown pass of the contest, 33 yards to Jason Hawks, a game changer, making it 28-7 Aquinas.
I wasn't getting the ball a lot today, but my team was doing great, and coach made the call. I made a good move, got open, and I scored.
At that point, did you think you had it? I mean, those 28 points, was that the point where you think, you know what, we got this?
Yeah, it's when our offense starts rolling, our defense starts rolling, the whole team gets together, and we start doing great.
The route was on. Before the quarter was over, Zembeck found Edwards again for the score. Jake was 15 for 21 passing, 230 yards, and 4 touchdowns. The last scoring drive for the Irish was a classic. 52 yards on 10 plays, all clock-crunching runs, with Olbrich finishing how he started in the end zone. (42-7) was the final, a precision-like effort that kept Aquinas in the running for its 4th state title in the last 9 years. Jake Zembeck, among the best ever to play the position in Section 5, this was Jake's last local game in a stellar 4-year varsity career. Was this a good game? I mean, the numbers you put up, the way the team performed, the way you played, is this how you would have liked to have ended it?
Yeah, this is awesome, our last game in Rochester. And I think for the past couple of weeks we've been struggling a little bit, not playing our best, and we ramped it up tonight and we got a big win.
We would like to thank our Sports Beat sponsors,
especially the 11 dealerships in the Vision Automotive Group and this week's host, Vision Nissan and Webster, for making the Sports Beat possible.
As do you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week with the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat.